So Arminius, sit back. So Arminius was talking about the difference between middle knowledge, talking about middle knowledge and the concept of foreknowledge for God. So it says here that Arminius draws upon the distinction so common among medieval scholastics between the necessity of consequence and the necessity of consequent. Do you know what necessity means?
No.
Necessity means it has to happen. It has to be, the state of affairs has to be such.
Okay.
Okay? So,
Before it rains again. Yeah. Otherwise it turns into a...
it says the necessity of consequence is captured by such statements as necessarily if God knows that Tom is eating an apple, then Tom is eating an apple.
Yep.
Okay? So while the necessity of consequent can be seen in such statements as if God knows that Tom is eating an apple, then necessarily Tom is eating an apple.
But Tom eating an apple comes first.
Tom eating an apple comes first. Why?
Because... Actually, no, it doesn't.
How so?
Because God knows it before it even happens.
That's right. But does God cause the action of Tom?
No.
Why not?
Because it's free will.
Well, what does free will have to do with God knowing it?
Well, it has to do with him eating the apple. It's free will for him to eat an apple.
Okay? So if you're naughty, is that your fault or God's fault?
Your fault.
Why?
Because, it's free will. You did it by yourself. You chose to do it.
That's right. So were your actions determined by something outside of yourself?
No.
Okay. So it says here, the necessity of the consequent is required for determinism, while the necessity of consequence is required for foreknowledge. So God knowing an event happening, does that mean that God made the event happen? Why?
Because it was him that chose to eat an apple.
Right.
Because it was free will.
Very good.